was flipping through some of my previous watercolor paintings the other day, just looking for ideas for my next piece. And I found this, one of my very first tiny landscapes. I haven't seen it in ages, but I still remembered how proud I felt when I finished it. So what if I paint it again this time? Same format, same colors, same composition, just to see what would happen. And honestly, the result really surprised me. I'm starting with this simple blue sky. I think it was pretty intense blue in the original. Yeah, that looks about right. Back then, I just used a flat blue across the whole top, directly on dry paper. Well, sky is blue, right? Just to make it even and down. But now I'm giving it a few more touches, some slight variation. Some areas softer, some a little deeper. Still keeping it simple, just letting it breathe a bit. And it already feels a little different. Now for the clouds. Wait, how did I do that last time? I think I just painted them on with white paint. Really think like solid white shapes sitting on top of the blue. It's such a beginner move, but it made sense at that time. There are actually simpler and better way to paint clouds. This time, instead of painting the clouds, I'm using a tissue to lift the blue while the paper is still damp. I'm trying to follow a similar shape to the original one. Pinch the tissue a little and gently press it to where the clouds belong. And you can see these soft, fluffy white clouds just show through. The edges are softer, everything blends in. It just looks more natural. With watercolor white, you have to layer a lot to make it visible, and it often ends up looking heavy or a bit gray. Lifting the color makes it much simpler, and I like that you are not adding anything, just letting the paper do the work. Now I'm adding a soft tree line just underneath the clouds. I don't really want it to stand out like in the original painting, so I'm building it up with soft layering, starting with the lightest green. Then I add some darker tones little by little, just to create a bit of depth. It's more like a soft outline, nothing too defined. This time, I want the focus to stay on the sky and the light on the water. The trees are just there to connect them gently. I also share the essential techniques and tips in my online watercolor course for beginners. There are lots of relaxing and fun projects. Feel free to have a look. Now for the water. Okay, let me try to find the right blue here. It's pretty deep tone, maybe ultramarine? No, it's too purple. Let me add a bit of intense blue. Yeah, that's closer. And I see I was trying to create light on the water, that kind of shimmering effect. And not surprisingly, I used again white watercolor to paint those large highlights directly. It doesn't work very well. It looks gray and actually makes everything feel a bit heavy. Here's one of my favorite little tricks to get that shimmering effect. I just brush the paper quickly, leaving some blank spots here and there. Not too regular, just a few gaps to let the paper shine through. Then I come back and add a few tiny touches to soften it up so it feels a bit more natural. I really like this technique. It's a bit brutal and intuitive. We have to try not to control too much, just let our brush guide us. And with just a couple of strokes, we get this soft, luminous effect on the water. Okay, I think it's done. Let's look at them together. I kind of expected a bigger difference, like more dramatic, but it's actually pretty subtle. The first one still have something. It's a bit heavier, more controlled, I guess, but I can still see the feeling I was trying to capture back then. And the new one, it feels lighter, not just in color, but in feeling, like I was more relaxed, more okay with living space. I don't know if I'd say it's better, but it does feel more like me now. I'm really glad I tried these. It's just a simple idea, repaint something you did before. But you notice all these little changes in how you paint and also in how you see. If you ever feel stuck or uninspired, maybe try to repaint one of your old pieces. Not to fix it, just to see how you've changed. And if you want to explore watercolor in a simple and relaxing way like I do, check out my online miniature watercolor course for beginners and enjoy 40% off for a limited time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm Nan, a miniature watercolor addict. See you next time!